was like, I thought I closed those curtains. Wrong set. So this is going to be your general mini cross reading for March 2021. I have with me the Radiant White deck. I will be clarifying with Levita Sibila, and today we'll be wrapping the reading up with an angel answer card, okay? Although I don't really like those cards a whole lot. I find them to be really weak. They don't have a lot of energy, and they don't seem to last, a long time. So anyway, that's a whole nother story. So I've already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign, and so we're going to turn the camera around here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a shuffle on these. As always, I suggest that you look at your moon and rising sign, because sometimes the sun sign story doesn't tell the story. And also to check the sun, moon, and rising for those people, your friends, your family, your loved ones, as such, okay? So here we go. The Three of Pentacles. I love to see that card. It's a really nice card. Oh, the Hierophant. Some of you may be in negotiation, some kind of business deal. Well, the King of Swords. Now, this could either be you, yes. If you are a female, you are out there handling your business, kicking butt, taking names, bringing home the bacon. But this could also perhaps be someone that you're involved with. It could also, like a partner or a spouse or something of that nature. But it could also be the business partner person that you might be trying to go into business with. So let's see the rest of the cards. The Eight of Cups. Well, the Four of Wands. This is not a bad reading. I don't want you to let that eight throw you. Well, now, the Three of Swords. I don't know if this was a real estate deal. The Six of Pentacles. Oh, wow. The Seven of Swords. There's something hidden, some kind of hidden clause here, or something in the paperwork that maybe you did not see, or you misunderstood, or was just plain out and outright tricky. The Knight of Wands. Well. I only have one major arcana card here, which is the Hierophant. And as I just explained, the Hierophant is basically, he can, as a person, he's one of the cards, one of the major arcana that represents powers that run through people. There are three categories for the major arcanas, but this represents powers that come through people. So this is someone who sits above everyone else and kind of disseminates out information. He's able to, to translate what's happening from higher up, okay? It rules the sign of Taurus. Taurus rules the second house. It is, the second house is what you own, earn, or owe you personally, not what you have in conjunction with the spouse or partner. And this looks like it's a real estate deal. This is really what the energy feels like. I think what I find to be interesting is this past row here, past, present, future, and the interplay of the cards, is this idea that you go to someone to get their input. Okay, so here's the plan, and we want to know, can we do this? Do we have enough money? Is it going to cost us more? And then you get this, man, we're going to have to walk away from that. Yeah? Because it's just kind of not worth it. And we've done this, we've been there, and we've done that before. But all of a sudden, we come across this Six of Pentacles. Now, I'm not exactly sure if what this Six of Pentacles is telling me is that there's somebody comes along to kind of help you out. Maybe you can get an additional funds in your loan. Maybe a family member comes along, or a friend. But what I'm picking up is that there were two offers. Okay, this is what I'm picking up. That there were two offers put forth. You see, he's standing there in front of the two people, right? And there's the keys here, the secret knot. And that's why I think there's something in the clause or something that you did not see, that perhaps someone kind of did a bit of trickery here. And we do see, I would suppose that what this is telling me across the center here is this Eight of Cups is, you know what, whatever this person has said or done, because if you noticed his sword, it is his stance. It's blocking this news, this information, this partnership, this contractual issue, right? Like he was like, no, that's not good enough, okay? And he kind of walked away like, no, that ain't, that ain't what I'm trying to do. But I get the sense that the individual will come back for some reason. Now, this Three of Swords represents some kind of attack on a feeling center. It could be someone saying something to you that was quite mean and nasty. Someone who maybe you're a broken heart. It usually always represents some kind of rupture or break or separation of some kind of painful event that kind of cut to the quick. Okay. But we also see, again, this Six of Pentacles comes here. So again, it's either this idea of someone steps in to help, or that this second offer, okay? Underneath the deck, we have the Temperance card. Now, the Temperance card is about moderation. It is also a card of healing. It says that if you can moderate your emotions, right, with your thoughts, that you can kind of smooth things over. It is the card of Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules the groups, the masses, foreigners. It rules imports and exports, the internet, higher education. It also rules philosophy, religion, astrology, tarot, all of those higher learning kinds of things. With this Four of Wands in the center, the Four of Wands, particularly with the Hierophant, speaks to me of a strong foundation, a stable situation, right? Where you have, it's kind of like saying, I'm happy where I'm at. This is kind of what, and you should take the advice of staying where you are. This is kind of what I'm picking up. But then I have this Seven of Swords. Now, what I will tell you about the Seven of Swords, most tarot card readers will interpret that card as being some kind of lie or deception. I've seen it show up when it could be like stalking online, or somebody searching through the internet trying to find information in which they may be able to use against you. But there's an old ancient 13th century interpretation of this card that speaks about a house move. Now, this doesn't necessarily say that. If you see the imagery, we see these Five Swords, and we know that the Five Swords is a card of conflict. Five speaks to changes, ups and downs, things not going quite the way that you want them to. Sometimes the Seven of Swords can speak about the idea of rushing around and not really making any plans, and that this is the reason why things are not going well. But these are thoughts, perceptions, belief, ideas, and communications. This is like somebody taking their fight back, okay? Because the Five of Swords says, stand up for yourself in a dispute. But you want to be careful in doing that. The moderation comes in, because if it gets out of hand, both parties will sink to any level to win. And that makes it a zero-sum game. So to me, this is like, should I do that? Should I not do that? Should I have said that? Should I have not said that? Should I go back and say that? I don't know what to think about that, okay? As he's rushing off with these other swords. Sometimes, though, this card is exactly as it is purported to be. It is about theft and deception. And why? You see that group of people over there? Okay? They're over there minding their own business, and this guy's running off with all the swords. Okay? So, being done in broad daylight. So, I'm kind of interested to see what this is really all about. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if these three cards have any meaning pertaining to the Hierophant card. Okay? I have seen the Three of Swords show up when there's a message on the way, but the news will not be necessarily perhaps to your liking. Okay? So I want to look at this Eight of Cups here to see if it tells me anything. It only speaks about the Magician, the Hermit, and the Chariot. Let's take a look at the Three of Swords here. Nothing about the Three of Swords. And then we're going to look at the Seven of Swords. Okay? It just kind of falls in a weird place, I do feel. No, it absolutely tells me nothing. So what I'm going to do now, because I've got two court cards here, so this says that there are at least two people. We see them in the center there, involved here. But there's also a third person involved in that. This idea of threes. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So let me see if the 3 or the 6 of Pentacles can tell me anything next to either this Hierophant card. Sometimes it will give me meanings next to something else. So I'm going to start with the 3. Let's see. That's the 4 of Pentacles, and I'm looking for the 3. The 3 of Pentacles with the 3 of Swords. Here it is. It may be an indication that some loss in business or finances is inevitable. You are asked to be prepared to make the relevant and necessary changes. See, here you go, running for help. It may also indicate a clash of personalities within a working environment or situation that may bring about disagreements and an inability to cooperate. And I've had 2 3s here. Okay, and 2 3s say a small but pleasant surprise. Well, I don't know how pleasant this is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. But there. A loss in business or finances, and that you are asked to be prepared to make relevant changes, relevant and necessary changes. Here it is. You know, oh my God, you know, I don't even know what to think about that. Let me gather up my stuff and get on over here and try to get me some funds. That's what that's telling me. The 7 of Pentacles, not the 7, but the 6. With the 3 of Swords. It is asking you to look for ways to relax, de-stress, and take your mind off your work and career. It brings a message to look after your own well-being. Well, there you have it. Okay. And maybe you're going to have to go through this and get over it first before you're able to do that. Because remember, I said this is a card of moderation. So this could be where you've gotten yourself in a situation to where you've lost some money, or some business deal did not go as planned, and you got to figure out how to come up with the financing to rectify it, make it right, whatever the case may be. So do be careful, do be cautious with that. I'm going to take a look at this. Let me see about the 7 of Swords. There's just something about the 7 of Swords that feels kind of hinky. Particularly underneath these 2 cards. The Morte. The cosmic scissors coming to cut the situation. Something has been said, something has been done, a Rubicon has been crossed, and the situation will never go back to the way it was before. The Il Nemico, the Knight of Swords. There he is. Okay? Someone who is working against you, don't like you. You know who the person is. That's what the Il Nemico says. Okay? And the Pensiero. Thought and meditation. Now, if these cards were like this, I would say you would be able to cut that person out of your life so that you can reflect upon what happened. But that's not what that's saying. They're like this. Okay? So this tells me that whatever the situation, this person has done something or said something, and the situation can never go back to the way it was before. It is the cosmic scissors. Okay? Here on the 7. Okay? This character will lie and spread gossip about you and literally cause you a lot of grief. Okay? Now, I don't know if this card is telling me that he is thinking about making a return. So therefore, the cards are giving you a warning. All right? That's quite the interesting reading. I'm going to go ahead now. I want you to formulate a question. For some of you, you're already near the end of this situation. And trust me, the energy of the future road is riding back this way. So I don't know if this person is coming back to get money from you, or coming back, like, to borrow money from you. But the person means you ill. I do want you to know that, okay? And I think what they're trying to do right now is trying to figure out how to get what they can get and leave, okay? You see, he's trying to run away from that. But this is what he's running into. He's looking at this, falling on this Seven of Swords. But he's going to come back, okay? So let's pull one angel answer card. Now, I don't know if this is a marriage or a relationship. Maybe somebody you was shacking up with, because sometimes that's a shacking up card. So this could be somebody who done something and is causing you a whole bunch of financial grief, okay? Maybe you bought a car for the person. Maybe you took out a loan in your name for the person. Maybe you moved that clown in and that person in and put their name on the lease, okay? Don't know. But the person means you harm. It says, ask your angels. I don't even know what to tell you about that. Here we go. Your angels are always with you. However, you must ask for their assistance in order for them to provide you with the help you are seeking, because the universe respects your free will choices. State your questions to the angels clearly. You can do so either out loud or silently in your own mind. Your angels will instantly help you according to the divine's will. Your angels may also have special messages for you about the situation you are asking about. Try to sit quietly in a peaceful place indoors or out in nature, and I think out in nature is best, and ask for advice and guidance. Notice what messages come to you. It is possible that answers will come to you through your feelings, hearing, or sight, or perhaps you will just know the answer. You can also ask the angels for signs during the day to guide you onto the right path. I'm going to tell you a story. One of the first Akashic Records readings I ever did for someone. And I was explaining that we are the co-creators of our own experience here on Earth, okay? And the universe is always trying to bring us what we wish, what we want. But we have to figure out, really, we have to become clear about what it is we want. We have to know how to ask for it specifically in the manner that we want. You can't be mad if, the universe sent you somebody and you thought they was great. Oh, please send me somebody to love. We can move in together, yada, yada. And then you get there and the person's feet stink and they don't clean. They don't help you clean, and they ain't doing nothing but using resources and not helping you do anything. So you didn't put none of that in on your order when you was asking for that person, right? So you have to be specific in what you're asking for. So you can't be mad if the universe gives you what you ask for, but then you find out it ain't really what you thought it was or that you wanted. All right? So going outside, what I told an individual is you can ask for signs. The universe is always speaking to you. You have to be in a space in which you can pick up on the messages. So you can ask, go outside, sit, formulate your question, and then ask the universe to give you a sign, something specific that you will not confuse as a coincidence. For instance, you can say, if the answer is yes or no, show me a bluebird, all right? And then be on the lookout for a bluebird, okay? But don't just assume that the bluebird is going to come light on a bush or land on the ground in front of you. This could be a logo, bluebird. It could be the word bluebird. It could be on the side of a bus. It could be on somebody's t-shirt. You have to be willing and open to recognize when the universe is trying to speak to you. That's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that little bit of information helped you. And until next time, stay safe and namaste.